Hello and welcome everyone to Oil Asset of the Day, presented by myself, Phil Carr, at the Gold and Silver Club. So what do you need to know for the week ahead with WTI crude oil? Well, certainly, as projected last week, we found support yet again at the lower end of the channel, which we identified with you, which was sitting around that $53 per barrel handle. So if you go back and watch last week's Oil Asset of the Day, we discussed with you we were expecting a rotation back towards that key magnetic level around $53 per barrel. Look for buying evidence at that zone. Typically the month of September is very strong for crude oil, and we were looking for a bounce at that level. We executed long positions, in fact, on Brent crude oil last week. We banked within 24 hours over 300 points on the position, kept the rest of the trade running, and have actually closed the remainder of the position today for 480 points profit. We've also had many messages from those of you who also capitalized on that breakout last week. So I congratulate those of you who have managed to take advantage of a very quick move there on oil over the last week. Now, we are expecting oil inventories this week on Wednesday to again show a drawdown in inventory stocks, which could again propel oil prices slightly higher. But bear in mind, we have had a significant move over the last week. We've seen US oil move from $53 per barrel all the way up to $58 per barrel. That's been a 500-point move, or a $5 move here for oil in the latest week. You also want to bear in mind that as we go into next week's FOMC statement, this can also provide a lot of volatility for the US dollar, which will tend to move inversely as well to oil prices on that actual statement. But that can also be a great opportunity when you are trading oil. For this week, we're looking actually for a bit of resistance now to come in, given that we have fulfilled our levels over the latest week. So with US oil at $50 per barrel, I certainly wouldn't suggest to buy in at this level. In fact, this is a zone that we're taking profit on. So if we then start to roll over and pull back, there might be an opportunity on a short-term correction lower, or very simply just wait for the next pullback. I'd be looking on WTI crude oil for a move back towards that $55 per barrel handle. And then from there, again, look for buy evidence coming back in order to take a long position and then ride that back towards the upper end of the channel as we continue to build a base here. So with oil for this week, again, just to recap, well done to those of you who capitalized on that pullback at the beginning of last week. We banked for the remainder of our trade today, 480 points profit. We're now at the upper end of the channel. We're expecting some profit taking, but on oil inventories data on Wednesday, we are expecting a drawdown. So just bear that in mind, that we could see a little bit more upside, but then I'm looking for pullbacks back to around that $55 per barrel level for fresh opportunities. And do also monitor next week's FOMC statement, which is going to be September the 18th, which can be a big catalyst for large moves again for oil prices. So with that, that's been Oil Asset of the Day, and I wish you good trading.